Yo, 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 today we are looking at the D371, rank 1 fighter in France. Let's start off with the stat card here. It hosts a 7.5mm machine gun with 1200 rounds of ammunition. It hosts 4 of these machine guns, as you can clearly see here. Now this is a reserve vehicle, as you can see here. It's a World War II plane, first flown in 1934, and it was manufactured by D.371. Don't ask me how to pronounce that. Here are some stats we're going to go through and kind of look through, and the multiplier is looking like it is like 10%. Scratch that, it's 15% for SL, and it's 215 for RP, which means you have a pretty good get out of the gate RP bonus for your dogfighting and bombing bases, but you're not gonna be bombing with this one. Let's look at its modifications. I have it spaded right here. I'm running probably stealth because arcade's the best way to play this. So we got the fuselage, radiator, airframe, compressor, wing repair, engine cover, engine injection with all our speed buffs. The fire, you probably won't ever use that. And then we got the selective rounds are all 7mm, and then you got the decreased in jamming upgrade. Now if you see right here, that means there's no armor on this aircraft. And let's look at the x-ray of this. So we have the engine, fuel tank, we got a cooling system here, we got our 4 guns, and we have our spars that hold up the wings that could get damaged, and we have our rudder and aileron controls here. And as you can see, this is a 7.5mm gun, and it fires at a rate of 1350 rounds per minute. And you start off with 1200 rounds of ammunition, which means you have about approximately 55 seconds or so of firing capability, with the assumption you don't jam. Now this thing does have a pretty impressive turn time at 12.3 seconds. Now granted, I don't have these fully spaded yet, so they're going to be a little bit slower than stock, than fully spaded versions, but these are all higher in terms of their turn radius. So there are no other camouflages for it at this time. Let's just add this little logo here. Now people will really know who we are whenever they see our fighting car. Alright gentlemen, let me show you some gameplay. We're going to choose Air Arcade and hop into a battle here. And the cool part that I was playing is you know, 1.0, you could always basically get into a battle. It's pretty good. Alright, so for our selection here, we have default, tracers, universal, and stealth. For arcade, it tells you where to shoot, so you're going to want to choose stealth, as it is the fastest rounds and also really lethal. Alternatively, depending on the plane, you could also run tracers for, you know, burning things, but stealth works really good for this aircraft. Alrighty, look at what we got here. We're going against their 1.0 aircraft. We got a couple of bombers that are lined up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and target this guy. So we're going to turn our plane. If you can, it always helps to turn your plane in the direction that you are aiming to turn. And just like that, we got our first kill, and we got him. Alright, so we're going to go over here to this other guy, and we're going to see what they're up to. Alright, we got somebody on our tail right here, so we have to adjust course and start shooting at him. As we see, this aircraft can turn very well. Just got our second kill, and we're going to get our nose on him, and our teammate's going to run into us. Alright, we're just going to jet out of this thing, and boom. Alright, so just show you with that 1 destruction and 2 severe damages, we've already got 266. Now there will be a bonus that is applied after the match ends, so we'll probably make about 1000 RP from this match, and maybe 3000 SL, but we'll check that out later. And another match. Alright, another thing to look at is the 1 second burst mass at 0.88 kilograms a second. The reason why that matters is if you could get a bunch of rounds out really quickly, even though you're only shooting a 7mm or something smaller, you could always do more damage if, let's say, you're getting 3 or 4 times as many rounds out as a 50 caliber. And it means you could be less accurate because your shots are spread over a wider range. So we're going to nab that guy. I got a severe damage. That will end up in a kill there. See this guy right here who's not paying attention. We're just going to go for them. So we're going to try to get this guy because he does not want to. He is stubborn. Alright, look at this guy right here. We're just going to shoot him. And we jam. So that is an issue with these older disc plane, that it does jam a lot. It's alright. We're going to come around, and we just got our kill for that other aircraft. And we just got severe damage on him. So that is a guaranteed kill. So now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and grab this guy over here. Basically, whenever we get a severe damage, we just leave that guy alone, because it doesn't matter if we do any more damage to him. We can't get a second kill. We got an assist right there. The fighting croc. Alright, so we got another bueno guy right here. Comrade. Just gonna give him a little love tap so we get that assist and that finish off. So that means if we get a finish off, we get the kill. So we get to add that to our list of achievements. Now we are going to line up and face all the upcoming enemies that are respawning. And we got a little friend right here that wants to befriend us. Now we got to reload and dodge bullets because I forgot to reload earlier. Now we're flying upside down. Going to do a little twirl and we're reloaded. Got another hit. Alright, that's another destruction. Like, look at that. This plane is really, really good for air arcade. Just like that. Another aircraft destroyed. Alright, come over here. This guy wants a piece of me. I don't think he realizes how good these stealth rounds are. And another kill. Back-to-back kills in air arcade allows you to level up and get your RP quickly so you can move on to tier 2. And another kill. So, if you just use these strats, you'll get taken care of, man. Alright. Now, we do have the issue of, you know, enemies always. But just try to turn into them. Don't let them knock you out of the sky. And they got me. But as you can see, we are running positive. We got 7 kills. Now we're going to use a card. And we're back in it.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
And my teammate ran into me. Lovely. Alright, that matched the preliminary reports before I get the final bonus. 1000 RP and 6000 SL. I am ready to go to war again. Alright, let's play. And back to mouse and keyboard. Alright, we're going to give you a left tap. And we got the kill. Oh, so here is what y'all could see here. The total cost of getting all the modifications is 4,130 P and 197 SL. Alright, we're going to go ahead and test out the tracers for y'all this game. It is a class favorite because of the ability to set things on fire. So people really like fire. Alright, for this match, we're going to do a little white smoke. Fighting croc. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and find this guy right here. I got a hit on him. We got that quick turn radius, so we're going to come in and give him the swoop. And our teammate flew into us. We're going to grab that universal backup and hop back in. So we're going to go ahead and shoot some more tracers at this guy. They were not very effective in catching these people on fire. We got the assist. Come on, boy. Alright, we're going to shoot this guy's tail off, or attempt to at least. Alright, he's going to try to shoot my tail off instead. Alright, apparently that guy just did not feel like being my target. Alright, I'm getting no kills with these tracers, so tracers look like a no-go. And we ran out of rounds, and they shot my tail off. We got a severe damage on that guy, so we got at least 1 kill. I do not recommend tracers. And we lost flight controls. So we look back at our statistics with the other one, right? That game I got 2 kills, we got 462 RP and 1000 SL. The game I got 7, we're looking at 1700 and 11,000 SL. Alright, so this game we're gonna go ahead and play with default rounds just so y'all can kind of see what it would be like closer to like your stock grind. But realistically, getting the stealth rounds is gonna be super easy, but we'll play a game with this just to show y'all. I'm ready to get into this, and let's go. Alright, so we have a guy over here who's just not paying attention. Now these are stock rounds, so don't expect much. Alright, this guy's trying to make a fancy maneuver. It's gonna cost him some hits in his holes in his aircraft. Alright, we got another hit. Alright, changing aircraft we're going for. Alright, these enemies got me cornered. So you will eventually just get bad runs like this, where you just immediately get targeted. That's why it's good to run multiple planes in a lineup. But we're only reviewing this one aircraft today. So we'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. And we're gonna jump, you know. Whoosh. Go eat a bag of